Evening all, how we doing? Nice to be back with you tonight. We're having a bit of a chilled stream this evening. Mostly because I've been running quite late today and I didn't have time to fully plan a proper flight and do the thumbnail and all that good stuff. So I figured after the events in Edinburgh on our last stream, I could maybe do with a little bit of landing practice. Oh, Aviation Entry. How are you doing? You probably know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? So, yeah, that did not go well in Edinburgh, and the subsequent attempts on FSiPanel weren't much better either. So, I figured we'd give it another go. We would fly ourselves around a bit, try and get a bit more practice under our belts, and generally have a chat and have a nice time. AR Gaming, how are you? Nice to see you. I've now just realised I don't have chat for my YouTube vertical, which is annoying. Bear with me just a moment. Just need to grab the URL from the window, paste it into OBS, and we should be good. And hopefully I can do all that prior to the plane landing. There we go. Just in time to see a message from Kirsty. How you doing, Kirsty? Can't beat your 700 feet per minute landings. Hey, if it works, it works. You know, who am I to judge after what we saw? Alberpino, nice to see you, my friend. Long time. EGAA. Is that pretty windy there at the moment, is it? I mean, you know, it's pretty... I mean, it's heading right at us, which is fortunate. But I mean, that is not nothing, is it? So we might get buffeted around a little bit here. So we're in the 321 at the moment. And I'm just curious to see if there's much difference between the 321 and the 319, because I feel like we had an absolute nightmare in the minibus the other week. Or the other night, I should say. And the... what's I going to say? I've totally forgotten. Yeah, that was it. I did some landings the other morning. I had a quick bit of time before I needed to get to work. So I was like, you know what, it's probably just a bad night. It's probably just me. I'll just quickly do some A319 landings. I was coming into Bristol this time. It's just as bad. So I don't know what to say. I really don't. I guess we just keep trying. So let's take control. See if we can start as we mean to go on. Or perhaps not start as we mean to go on. It's terrible. Yeah, definitely getting some wind there, that's for sure. We are quite slow because I think FSiPanel has set us up such that we are empty. So even though we're in a big old plane, we'll hopefully be alright. Now the wind is changing, look, it's changing on us. It's coming at us now. What was a straight on wind is now becoming a wind from the left. We need to get that crab back on. It's not completely from the left, but
500. 300. 200.
We're going to get a glide slope warning, possibly. bit too high
100.
there, didn't I?
50, 40, 30, 20, retard,
That's a floater right there, isn't it?
10, 5,
Just legal. just legal. Now, I know that wasn't perfect. However, I feel like I should point out that that felt a lot better in the 321 than what we had in the Neo. Don't know, 321 just feels like it goes where you tell it a little bit better. Oh, I should try EGSS. Scattered at 400 feet of heavy rain. Yeah, and in fact, actually, it'd be quite cool to see if... Oh no, actually I didn't do it, did I? I meant to reinstall GSX because somebody told me that that will get rid of the trench. I don't know if any of you have had that issue with the World Update version of Stansted. There's this giant trench that kind of prevents you from actually turning into the gates. It was still there the last time I checked. No origami, just me tonight. Go on, let's give Stansted a quick go. Because even though the taxiways are quite possibly broken, still use the runways. There's hardly any wind, look at that. There's a crosswind component of 7 in both directions. Okay. What runway's in use? Does anybody know? Does it matter? Not overly, I suppose, given that we're on our own. Let's try 04. Let's do a short final. 22 in use, damn it. Alright, let's get some AC on in here. It's starting to get warm. Oh, you're controlling it? No way. Right, levers, into climb. It'd be nice to do some 737
Terrain
landings
ahead.
as well tonight.
Pull
Because I
up.
haven't been in a Boeing for a while. It'd be nice to fly with this beautiful yoke again. Oh yeah, there's some cloud there, isn't it? FSiPanel so awesome. Oh, we're ready. Wow, that was quicker. I wasn't even paying attention then. Yeah, I was going to say we need to get that crab on, don't we? Alright, no visual as of yet, but we'll just sit tight. Hey Mark, new logo. I see you. That's actually a very cool logo, I like that. Good job, good job.
1,000.
Okay, no visual. Just about to see the motorway down there, whichever. Which motorway is that? Is that the M11? Is that the M11? Is that the M25 still? I don't know. Come on in. Where's the visual? What's the matter with you?
500.
Aha.
400. 300. 200.
Bit low.
100.
Light slow. Light
50,
slow.
40, 30, 20, retard. 10,
Oh,
Right.
floated again. That's the second float we've had so far tonight. I think there's a theme coming here, don't you? Right, let's just quickly nip across here and see if that trench is still there. Funny feeling it will be. It was the other day, so there's no reason to suspect that it's gone away. So it should be... Yeah, I think I can see it already. I forget who said it. Somebody said uninstall and reinstall GSX. Then that'll solve it. Yeah, here it is, look. So that's a shame, because otherwise it's a pretty cool airport. Alright, let's switch the runways because 2-2 is in use, I'm reliably informed. Yeah, someone seemed to think GSX was somehow getting involved. I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, I don't know what else to do. I've downloaded the world update and it looks like this, so it's probably an add-on. Probably conflicting.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Mario, you're watching the YouTube vertical stream, which typically doesn't get a lot of views. It's just there in case people want it. Maybe 30 is not bad. Don't want to turn my nose up at 30. Streams tend to ebb and flow. You can never quite tell. You never know really when you're going live whether it's going to be kind of like worth it or not in terms of the numbers. Like, obviously I enjoy it anyway, so I do it regardless, but you never can tell. But if you don't stream, you'll never find out. I always think, like, sometimes I always think, well, there's this one guy, I forget where I saw it, it was on like a documentary. He was like a creative, like kind of artist, designer kind of guy, solo, worked for himself. And he always said, quite a lot of his days are actually completely unproductive, but then one of those days he has like the best idea and it all comes into place. And then people say to him, well, what's the point in going to work for like 4 out of 5 days? Why don't you just go in for the one day you have the good idea? And he's like, well, you have to go in for all those days to give that great idea an opportunity to show up. And I kind of feel like it's the same with the streams, really. You just got to keep showing up, because you never know. What game has better physics, Flight Sim or X-Plane 11? I don't know. I don't really play X-Plane 11, so I'm not really best placed to answer that. I think I know what X-Plane players would say. They'd probably say X-Plane. I don't know. Greetings, Max. I have problems landing the Phoenix smooth. It's very difficult. Yeah, you and me both, Max. Although the 321 is a bit easier than the 19, I would argue. We're in the 321 now, and I'm having much better luck. Albeit we've got no visual at all on the runway. 400 feet, we still can't see what's going on. There's some lights.
300. 200.
Whoa, we just dipped massively there, didn't we?
Glide slow.
That's completely messed up before we've even started. Love to see it.
100.
And now we're riding that bubble.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Just legal. Wow. Okay, so I need to stop letting the nose dip, and that was a bit of a sway, wasn't it? Yeah, it was smooth, it just wasn't right, wasn't it? That's the problem. Yeah, it's legal. According to Air, not SOP, that one was absolutely perfect. Right, let's persevere, let's give it one more go.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
I wish there was a setting on the sim where you could change the weather but it kept the wind. Do you know what I mean? Max, I don't have a support link or anything like that for FSiPanel, although I do chat to the developer on email quite regularly. Super cool guy. Just head to their website. I think it's FSiPanel dot something. I don't have the address off the top of my head, but if you Google it, you should find it. Right. Time for me to take over.
1000.
Use VPilot to talk to ATC. If I was on BatSim, yeah, I would be. Though we're not on BatSim tonight. We are desperately trying to get some landing practice in the Phoenix, because in the Phoenix right now I suck. So that's the whole point of this. So it's a little bit of a self-indulgent stream, I won't lie to you. Yeah, it would be nice if you could change like the clouds or the rain, like make it rain, but just change the weather but keep the wind. That'd be a really cool feature. Maybe that's an idea for an add-on. Because sometimes you just want to change the visual conditions, but you don't necessarily want to lose the cool wind that you've got going on that might be part of the challenge.
500. 400.
Okay, let's give it another go. Okay, so we are in a little bit high.
200.
Just aiming for that touchdown point.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Do you know what I did there that was different? On the last kind of 200 feet, I didn't look at my instruments. I just looked out the window. Nice one, Mario. Yeah, that'll do. Let's try. Let's switch to the Boeing, because we haven't flown the Boeing for a while, have we? Hello, Matthew. What yoke is that? This is the Thrustmaster Boeing TCA yoke. And it's awesome. Right. Aircraft. Boeing, where art thou? Wrong way. 737-800, and of course we need the aeronaut livery because those are the rules. Right, let's go and do what Origami was asking, which was it EG? AL? Was it EGAE? Give it a go. Hey, we got our first chatter on Twitch, and of course it's a bot. Right. 2 seconds, guys. Right, we're back. Why do you stream vertically and not traditional? We do both. That's why. Then people have got the choice. Oh, I've missed this plane. A lot. Right, let's fire up FSiPanel again. Because I foolishly closed it. Okay, 2-6, short final. Let's set maximum load. Here we go. And hopefully it will sort everything out for us.
Peanuts.
Tried to do my own livery for 4 hours now and I'm cooked. It's very hard. Yeah, it is. It's a process I very much do not enjoy. Like every time a new plane comes out, I'm excited for the plane, but at the same time I'm like, oh no, I've got to deliver it. Got the lights on. Dim in here, isn't it? Alright, approach mode is armed.
1,000. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Feels good being back in this plane, you know. I like it a lot. Oh, that's a crab, isn't it? Right, this will be the first landing in the 7.3 in quite a while, so don't hold your breath, alright? Going to end up in the drink. Too high, damn it.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Yes. That was a rescue, wasn't it? Why do my rudder pedals feel all grindy? That's not good. That's not good. Oh, Adri, thanks for becoming a member, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, that was good. That was good. If I do say so myself. Ah, that's cool. See, why is it I can land the Boeing like it's just nothing? Albeit I nearly messed up at the end. And then the Airbus, just time after time after time after time, I'm just ruining everything. Thomas, thank you for the 18 euros. What's the message? I need new glasses. Hope you're having a good day. Could you land into MXP? Flew there in February and the scenery was beautiful. MXP. Can you give me a code for that? I'm not familiar with MXP, but yeah, gladly. Yeah, big time now, Adri. Green name, badge, the works. Right, let's get ready for someone to hopefully give me a code for MXP. I don't even know what MXP is. Flew to Nantes in July. I flew to Nantes about 3 weeks ago. Very, very cool. Oh, LIMC. That's what it is. That is Milan? Oh, interesting you say that. We did do it a little while ago on the... I can't remember what plane it was. Maybe it's a 321. And it was all right. Yeah, it felt easier. I think just because you got a bit more weight on the yoke, you know? It's like the Airbus stick is superb value, and I've built the whole channel on it. It's been a workhorse, it's been a trooper, but it doesn't have the same weight as the yoke does, so you can put in those finer movements, I think, a little bit easier versus the stick is quite light, so if you it's quite easy to overcook, I think is what I'm trying to say in a very roundabout way. Right, what runway shall we have? 3-5 left or right? 6 or 2 3s, I suppose. Let's just go with that one. Yeah, I did wonder the same, Max, but then I thought maybe it's just me making excuses. Ooh, let's have a dusk landing. I love a dusk landing. I want to get that add-on as well. Is it Flow Pro, where you can lock the time? Oh, you got it, Mark, have you? Alright. Time to go. Let's just take it straight from here, shall we? Is there literally no wind? Line ourselves up. Now then, those flight directors aren't looking like they're being particularly useful, are they? Let's get rid of them. Do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I mean, look at how much input I'm making on this yoke. Or the small inputs, rather, I should say. Bring that throttle back quite high, aren't we? Yes, we are very high indeed.
400.
Right, we'll land this one, we'll give it another go. Yeah, now 4 whites. We are far too high.
200.
100 feet over the threshold, what's wrong with that?
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
See, we still made it in the touchdown zone. What's wrong with you all? You need to calm down, all of you. Just calm down. Right, we'll try that one again. Sorry, Thomas. Hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Yeah, the auto brakes on 2 doesn't really do a lot, Adri. It's you really need 3 to... I feel like auto brakes 3 on the Boeing is the equivalent to medium on the bus. But what was interesting, I was listening to someone talk about the 777, and I wonder if it's the same on the 73 as well. Is that when you select like auto brake, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3 or whatever on the 777, you're not actually telling it, even if you engage reverse thrust, it will use a balance of the reverse thrust being applied and the auto brakes to slow you down to a certain degree of G's. So it's kind of the G rate is the target rather than how much brakes shall I put on. You know, it's not like a set amount of brakes for 1, a set amount of brakes for 2, a set amount of brakes for 3. It's all very dynamic. Is this B737? Yes, it is. Right, let's try that again. Flight director's going to play ball this time. Maybe they will. Sometimes on the second landing at a place, because obviously I've just changed locations. Sometimes if you redo it, it will have another go. Yeah, see now it's not saying that. Okay, autopilot off. Goodness gracious, right, throttles to idle. Let's see if we can recover this. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, it'll be fine on the second time round. Just needs a minute. Still, the flight directors do seem to be behaving. Hey, did you all see the PS5 Pro announcement? Was it like 700 quid, no vertical stand included? I don't know what's going on over there at Sony, but... yeah. Don't think that's quite the way to sell consoles to people somehow.
300.
Whoop. Bit of a lump there.
200.
Just checking the suspension works.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Now, granted, it wasn't right on the markers, but it just feels so much better than the Airbus. It really does. I feel like I can actually put it where I want it to go. Oh, Adri, no, I missed the Beluga on the live streams, although I did get to see it loads, because when I was in Nantes in France during the summer, this, like, I don't know what you'd call it. They don't really have villas in France, do they? But just like a house with a pool that we stayed in. It was really, really, really close to the end of runway 03. Yeah, to the point where the other people on the holiday were like, oh, damn it. It's near the runway, where I'm like, sweet, it's by the runway, let's go. And the Beluga was in and out of there. I must have seen it twice in a day. Really, really cool. Right, one more time for luck. Let's see if we can get a little bit more control.
80 knots. Sync rate. Pull up.
Oh dear, what's going on here, FSiPanel? Come on, sort yourself out. Don't embarrass me. Have I landed it split? No, I've not. I saw Luke flying in and out of there the other day, though. What was it, Frankfurt to Split, I think he did. Luke, a.k.a. British AV Geek, for those of you that don't know. Well done, Adri. Love to see it. Right, next thing to do, as a bit of an experiment, once we're done here, is... okay, is it going to behave if I do it this time? Or is it just going to totally freak out? No, it's going to behave. Good times. Next thing to do, let's jump back into the A319. And I want to try and land it with the yoke.
1,000.
Macam! 14 months! Where has that gone? Where has that gone? My endless love. Right back at you. I can't believe you came back, to be honest, because the first stream I remember you being in was when we landed into Newcastle and I forgot to put the gear down. And I was like, right, well, sorry about that, see you next time, bye. I thought, well, I'm never going to see him again after that. That's the end of that one.
500. 400.
Maybe the thing with the Airbus, I do wonder if the Airbus, the reason why I'm having trouble is due to the auto throttle, because I feel like I'm always sort of like lagging the auto throttle. Okay, so I'm doing good here as far as the ILS and the Pappies are concerned, but visually we are not in a good place.
100.
Yeah, 100 over the threshold is not it.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Slightly off centre line. Tippy toeing our way in. Yeah, I think possibly it's just like a default airport thing, isn't it? Because I haven't got any scenery for this place at all. Not just the cheapest, Malcolm, also the best. What was that code for split? LDSP. Before we start changing planes and making work for ourselves, let's have a go at split. Is it LDSE? Select airport, select runway 05 by the look of it. Is it just like a straight in at split, or is there anything? Because obviously if I do just a short final, it's just going to put us at the end of the runway. That's all right though.
80 knots.
Oh man, I'm loving the Boeing. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we need to fly to split more often. Good shout, whoever suggested that. I've forgotten now. Adri, was it you? No, wait, it was Paul. Well done, Paul.
1,000.
Is this real? No, it's not real. It's Flight Sim. Philip from Kenya, welcome.
Flight slow.
I think that's what made it so painful, Mac. And the actual flight, everything went quite well, which at the time was unusual for me. I thought, yeah, the landing itself would have been great had there been wheels. It's just a minor detail.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Positive rate of climb.
Oh, right. Maybe we should have done like a long final on this one. So we got hills there to our left, haven't we? Therefore, we might get a little bit of wind coming off of them. Feels like we're not lined up. Is this an offset? Yeah, this doesn't feel right at all. Feels like we need to get over to the right, just a touch.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Not bad. Not sure what the Pappies were up to there, because the ILS seemed to think we were reasonably okay. But the Pappies were showing 4 whites, so once again the Pappies in the sim do their best to confuse us all. That was alright, I was quite happy with that. You know, not top draw, but near enough. Never understood what that flashing CM... Oh, what, you mean... the bit that was down here, Adri? I think that was an OM. Unless I mistook it. In which case I think it stands for outer marker. What plane are we flying? We are in the Boeing 737. It's a real beauty. Probably my favourite aircraft in the sim. And that's saying something because we've had a lot of aircraft. We've had a lot of new shiny. We've had the 777. We've had the A319, the 321. We've had updates to the 320 from Phoenix. And every time I get back in this plane, it's like a favourite T-shirt. So, not to say I don't love the 777. I think the 777 in terms of quality is just as good as this. It's just, I sort of like hopping around Europe to kind of cool places like this, and the 777, in its current form, doesn't feel quite right to me to be the plane to do that in. That feels more like a Heathrow to JFK kind of machine. Now, when the freighter arrives, that's all going to change, because I will get the freighter and I will probably never ever fly the 300 ever again. And I said that before I bought it. I said that before it came out. I said I'll buy it for the channel, we'll fly it, we'll do some content with it, we'll enjoy it. And as soon as the freighter comes out, the 300 is, yeah, it's finished. To me, basically. Because I kind of feel with cargo ops you can justify some smaller routes, or shorter routes I should say, to some kind of obscure locations, because you know, cargo is a very different market to the passenger market, so you get some interesting routes that you can do with the 777 with cargo. Let's do this route again. Let's do this route again. Let's get ourselves going. Can I fly the A340? No, because I don't own it. Nor do I plan on owning it until someone good makes it, like Phoenix or whatever. Yes, Pilot Joe, it is. It is, it is, it is.
Glide slow.
Is it because of like a narrow runway, do you think, Adri? Is that maybe it?
Glide slow. Glide slow.
I've yet to fly the MD-11.
Glide slow.
AR.
Glide slow.
Yeah, I think once we get this 777 freighter,
Positive rate of climb.
I can definitely see us doing a lot of ops out of East Midlands to all over the place, places like Gdansk, like Frankfurt, like Madrid, Luxembourg, you know, all sorts of cool places that I otherwise just wouldn't really fly to in a 777. And I know it's a sim and, you know, you can do what you want in it, and I do respect that, and I kind of think I should get over myself a bit, really, but I don't know, flying Edinburgh to Gatwick in a 777 just doesn't feel right somehow to me. Is this an offset approach?
400.
Alright, so ILS is happy. 3 whites on the Pappies.
300.
We are a little bit high according to the Pappies. Not the Pappies, the ILS. That can seem to be fixed. And now we've got 4 whites on the Pappies.
100.
And we've got 50 over the threshold,
50,
near enough.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh no, that was no good. That was a hard one. I reduced my thrust too soon. As soon as I did it, I knew I did wrong. wow. Alright, new plan. Let's hop into the A319. And I'm going to try and land it with the yoke. Because I want to see if it's any different. I've got a funny feeling, you know, it's the auto throttle that I'm fighting with a lot of the time. Because I feel like if I go too high, I dip the nose, the engines go to idle, then you start to sink. So you pull back, and then you've got to wait for the engines to kind of catch up, by which point they've gone too much, and then it's almost like you're riding on a little bubble, because you've got all this power now that you have to kind of lose. I don't know. Let's bring the time back a bit, because it'd be nice to see where we're going. Right. 319, CFM, air not livery. Where should we land? Manchester? We haven't done Manchester in a while. Oh no, that's not Manchester. That's Manchester. I thought that didn't look right. Let's go to 23 right. So next streamer we get an MD-11 cargo. No, I don't own the MD-11. I felt like my wallet had taken enough of a beating with the 777 and the MD-11 coming so soon afterwards. I couldn't quite bring myself to do it. Here we go. I think I've got scenery installed. Yeah, this is the scenery version. Oh, why am I doing that? I don't want to activate a flight plan. Right, we'll let this plane wait. Look at the hill here at Manchester. Have to keep that in mind. EGCC. Hasn't detected, has it, that we're in the 319? Let's close FSiPanel real quick. There we go, no, it's detected it. Sweet. Let's do short final. Oh no, we don't. Yeah, we want to do 2, 3 right. Happy days. Let's go. What's my subcap right now? Oh, I don't know actually. Hold the line. Oh, 14,998 subscribers. So one of you, if you're quick enough, and you're not already subscribed,
Terrain
could
ahead.
be
Pull
lucky
up.
number 15,000. God, that is nuts to think about. It truly is. And just for clarity, unsubscribing and resubscribing won't count before you try it now. Hey, we did it, 1501.
2,500.
I don't know who it was, but thank you. And obviously all the rest of you as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like we should do something like a special stream, or obviously not now, but like maybe next time. Question is what? Alright, Duncan. Oh, 50,000 is wild. It's absolutely wild. I still can't get my head around it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to people I tell about the channel. It is just an incredibly weird situation. Thank you all so much is all I can say. Like, genuinely. It is, yeah, I'm struggling for words.
$1,000.
Right, let's see if we can celebrate by landing a plane. Let's celebrate by crossing 15,000 subs by landing an Airbus A319 with a Boeing yoke. Alright. Autopilot off. Why are we at 180 knots? Need to activate approach mode, that's why. I'm surprised FSiPanel didn't do that for us. Never mind.
500.
In the 319 as well, good luck slowing down from 180 knots on short final. See, this is how you celebrate properly.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Oh, that was a hard one, wasn't it? Flipping heck. Being at the incorrect speed on short final probably didn't help. The rudder pedals feel different as well on the Phoenix compared to the Boeing. Alright. Should we try that again? We'll try a long final this time. I feel like short final can sometimes mess you around a bit. $15k FPM for 15k subs. There we go. Someone's thinking along
Terrain
the right
ahead.
lines.
Pull up.
Oh man, 15k is so weird. Like, I know it doesn't make, you know, this morning I had 14,900 and something, which is still almost as much, but there's something about like multiples of 5 or multiples of 10 that, I don't know, they mean something. It's like junctions on a motorway, you feel like you're making progress, you know.
$2,500.
Adri, where's your sense of adventure? Come on. Yeah, this whole YouTube game, it's weird. It really is weird. Like, people at work found out that I do it, so no doubt they're all like looking me up, which is kind of amusing to me. But it's just such a weird thing to explain to people. They're kind of like, at first some of them just flat out don't believe you. Others are like, wait, what? So you do what again? And you're like, oh yeah, I fly 10 airplanes on my computer, live stream it to YouTube and Twitch, and make videos about all the stuff that surrounds it, and people seem to watch. And they're like, huh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, it is weird. Really weird. Trying to find myself an accountant at the minute, actually. Now that it's kind of like a little... I know it's like a hobby business, but it is still nevertheless a business, and I feel like I could maybe use a bit of help with it. I've emailed 3 different accountants, and after multiple days, not one of them's gotten back to me. So either they've taken a look at the channel and been like, hell no, or they're just super busy, super stretched, which I suspect is the case. But now I'm like, even if they do respond, it's like, you know, back when I was like working as a web developer and had clients and stuff, if I took like 4 to 5 days to respond to a basic inquiry for a new prospective client, frankly I think I deserve to have the business shut down. Like, that's not good enough. You need to get them on board, then disappoint them. That's how you do it. Then you start ignoring them once you got their money. Business 101. joking, of course. Don't do that, it's bad. But you know what I mean, if you've got a brand new inquiry, you kind of jump on that. You're like, oh yeah, respond to that straight away. Not like, nah, just leave it for like 6 days. One of them's been over 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. Still no response. On board then, that should maybe be the tagline for this channel. Right. Shall we? Airbus A319 landing with a yoke. Just to trigger everybody. Okay, just a touch to the left, I fancy. Beautiful. Yeah, so even with a crosswind, I know we've still got 1,000 feet to go, but this is feeling pretty stable. I wonder whether half my trouble is that when I go to make a left or a right input on the stick, I accidentally pull back or push forward, because obviously the yoke, the axes are kind of separated, aren't they, to some degree? Like I can turn the yoke completely independently of pulling and pushing the yoke. I wonder whether there's something in that, perhaps.
500.
Again, just the lightness of the Airbus stick. Maybe it just is just that little bit too easy sometimes to
400.
put a bit of input in you didn't mean to.
300. 200. 100.
It's looking pretty tidy though, isn't it? So far at least.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.
Slightly off the centre line. But other than that, yeah, that's a definite improvement over what we've been getting on the stick, isn't it? I was just slightly off the centre line with the crosswind, but that's not excusable, but understandable. But otherwise, I think the stability of that approach was a vast improvement. Wow, wow, wow. Right, let me catch up on chat. I think there's about 10 weeks till MSFS 2024. Yeah, it's funny, I only thought on that the other day, because to me it's still like ages away. And then I was like, oh wait, actually it is not at all. You've ordered a Virpil stick, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Cheers, Cameron. Thank you so much for the 2, mate. Great job on 15k subs. Thank you. I do appreciate you. Might need to move to Boeing on Airbus. Oh, the realism. Yeah. Yeah. Well. All I'll say is watch this space. Watch this space. Hello from a distant shore. Hello to you. Welcome to the stream. Oh, right, where should we land next? In fact, let's do the exact same landing. Let's do what we just did, except with the stick. Haven't done anything in America tonight. No, that's a good point. Seeing as we just had a fairly decent job of that last landing, I want to try the same one again with the Airbus stick. And see how they differ. Remington, I haven't got a clue, mate, sorry. K-Boss. Yeah, let's do K-Boss.
$2,500.
Do an African tour, that could be cool. Oh, someone's watching from Ghana. Landing in Boston. I can't do the impression, but I love how people from Boston, how they say the word car. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that. Whenever I hear it in like a movie or a TV show, I'm always like, yay, they said it. Will I do Cross the Pond eastbound on October the 19th? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I've never done anything on VATSIM Cross the Pond wise, as in the event or otherwise. It's just tricky. It's such a huge amount of time, like with the family and everything. Kind of have real life responsibilities. It's difficult to disappear for like 8 hours. I don't think so, Josh, no. FPS has been reasonably okay. What rudder pedals do I use? I use the Logitech ones. They're okay. They're a sensible product for a sensible price. Like, they're about 100 on... I think... What did I pay for mine? Like 110? 120? Maybe even just 100. I can't remember, but... Yeah, I think for about 100 quid it's about... It's a fair product for 100 quid, definitely. They are a little bit on, like, you sort of feel like the plasticky kind of friction that you get. Like, you know, you get those, like, all metal ones that are, like, nearly 500 quid. I imagine those are just so nice. But... Alrighty. Let's disable the autopilot. See if we can't not mess this up. So far, so good. I think basically I'm just not touching anything. So maybe it's conditions that helped us on that last landing with the yoke. I've always got low FPS. If I wasn't in the middle of a landing, I'd show you mine. So try not to dip down. Looking too bad here, are we? We're looking fairly stable. Famous last words, I know. There is a wind, there is a crosswind, but it is fairly constant and consistent, which is probably helping us out a ton.
$500. $400.
Hold it, hold it. I've gone a bit high. But that might not be the worst thing at Manchester, because of course we quite nice to not land completely uphill, because the touchdown zone is
200.
kind of on the brow of that hill, isn't it? And I'd imagine, obviously I'm not a real pilot and I don't know anyone that flies in and out of Manchester in real life, I'd imagine the strategy is to
100.
land slightly after the touchdown zone. Let's give that a try.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5,
Oh, didn't quite crab enough, did I? Yeah, that wasn't great. Bit of a centerline deviation there as well, wasn't there? Is it possible you can try VQRP? I really messed up this evening. What happened, Patrick? Tell us everything. What happened? Main differences between the Phoenix and the fly-by-wire. The main thing with the Phoenix is that pretty much everything works. Like, there's no real killer features that are kind of like in development, if you know what I mean. For those of you wondering about FPS, we're at about 40 at the moment. This is at 4K with frame generation, but the frame generation will be doubling this to like 80. Almost crashed into the oh no. I mean, it probably would be a lot higher if I went for the 7800X 3D CPU, but I didn't. I went for the 5800. That is because by upgrading from a 5600X to a 5800X 3D, I could keep my memory and I could keep my motherboard. I just needed to slot in a new CPU. Whereas to go for 7800X 3D, I'd have needed a new motherboard, new RAM, and the chip. It would all have been more expensive, so it's like under half the price. Do you find the calibration on the throttles is too sensitive, so you have all or nothing? No, not at all. Works well. Works very, very well. Right, Boston. Let's go to Boston. K-Boss, let's go. Oh no, where do we land? Where does one land? Let's try that one. Oh, I'm getting tired. It's been a long day. Do I have the Windwing FCU? No, I do not. Thinking about it though. What I want to do with regards to that, I need to do a bit of thinking. I need to think about, and I'll share it all in a video once I've thought about it and done all the stuff. So hopefully it can help some of you guys. But I don't like boxing myself in to one type of plane when it comes to buying hardware, because I just know that if I bought all like Boeing stuff, I just know that like the very next day I'm gonna be like, oh, what about Airbus? And then I'll be all sad because like everything's Boeing. Do you know what I mean? So I try to keep my cockpit as kind of plane agnostic as I can. Which is why I've got the Airbus throttles and the Boeing yoke, and people make comments and I simply couldn't care less because it works really, really well in my opinion. This throttle unit is great for going between Boeing and Airbus. Really, really great. I know it looks a bit weird and it seems to trigger every single person alive on TikTok, but at the end of the day, comments like that are engagement, and you know, I'm not complaining. So on that basis, I would want to work out whether the Boeing or the Airbus FCU from Windwing is going to be most appropriate. Obviously the Boeing's going to work well with Boeing, but how well does it work with Airbus? Is it like 50%? Is it good? Is it 75% good? Is it 80% good? On the other hand, obviously the Airbus will work with Airbus, but how good is the Airbus one with Boeing? Is it better to have an Airbus with a Boeing and a Boeing with an Airbus? If you see what I mean, which way do you go? Adri, no, actually not. I've got a separate streaming PC. So the streaming PC is taking care of all the stream. I'm just capturing the stuff at my PC. But yeah, 40 FPS is about right at a custom airport with the Phoenix. Yeah, that's about it. And I'm entirely CPU limited. Do you constantly get CPU spikes during cruise? Not that I've noticed, no. Probably more likely to happen now, I would say, while landing. Evening, Hayden. How you doing? Sorry I missed it. What yoke and throttle quadrant do I use? I use the
1000.
Airbus throttle quadrant from Thrustmaster and the Boeing yoke from Boeing, and I've also got a Airbus side stick over here. Oh, I almost went for the yoke then. A little bit of a crosswind here. We are getting beaten over to the left, aren't we?
500.
Yeah, that's feeling pretty good, albeit it feels like we're going to sink. So I didn't realise we were sinking then. It didn't feel like we were sinking, but we were. 3 reds, which might not be the worst. Okay, 4 reds definitely isn't good.
Glide slow.
50.
50 over the threshold
40,
though.
30. 20. Retard. 5.
Not a bad decrab. I was quite happy with that actually. There we go. Yeah, that was okay. Why am I using a joystick and a yoke? Because I like to fly Airbus with a stick, and I like to fly Boeing with a yoke. Pretty much. Good landing, but not butter. No, not quite. Let's see what FSiPanel has to say about that. 291 feet a minute. I don't know. I'll take that. It's good enough for me. Let's try it again. Let's try EGPN. What's EGPN? Can you remind me? That is, oh, what's it called? Is it the one near Glasgow? Prestwick?
Terrain ahead.
Dundee.
Pull
Okay.
up.
What's the software's name? It's FSiPanel. Go on then, we'll give Dundee a go after this. Shall we? Looks like yawning. No worries, Thomas. Have a good one, mate. almost time to go. We're being levelled off at 1,000 feet. Now the speed will drop down and then it will tell us it's our turn to take control.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Just had a 777-2 fly over Stansted at 500 feet. I shouldn't laugh.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Alright, AV Geek, how you getting? Thanks for joining us. Alrighty. I want to fly to Split now. Next stream we're going to Split. Is there any scenery for Split? Hey, what's going on here? Why am I wobbling all over the place? Need to get over to the right.
400. 300.
Oh, gone low again. Done it again. Now the throttle is going to spool up. Potentially cause us to go high if I'm not careful.
$100.
Yeah, Pappies again.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Just went a bit low there, towards the threshold. But that decram, quite happy with that. And the touchdown felt quite smooth. Not sure what the numbers will be. Maybe low 2s? Let's have a look. And then we'll try Dundee. 294. Okay. What's the code for Dundee? EGPN. Oh, damn it. EGPN. Select airport. What runway did you say? 27. And we'll do right-hand vectors. Did you say? Alright, we'll see what it does. Okay, bros, thank you, mate. Nice to see you in the chat again. Okay, we'll give it a minute because, of course, it's loading in all the scenery as well as setting us up because we're moving halfway across the world. So where's the runway going to be? I've got no local knowledge of this area at all, although it does look very nice. Look at that. Right on the coast. OLEC for full details, go to my website, airnot.co.uk/setup, you'll see everything. Okay, so there's nothing on the screen, so FSiPanel hasn't sort of done anything. Well, I'm well and truly lost then, guys. I don't know where to go. Where's the airport even? It's not over there. Second river? What, over there? Where's the map? Okay, I need to make a turn then, don't I? It's over here? I do not have a Scooby-Doo where I'm going. Okay, this may not work out. Where on earth is it? I can't see it. Is it over there? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I got it. I got it. I got it. That'll do.
$1,000.
Right. Yeah, the sun isn't making life easy for us, is it? Maybe we'll just bring it back a touch so we can actually see where we're going. You know. Right, there it is. I got you. Yeah, beginning to think this was a bad idea. Gears should be down. Flaps full. Let's get ourselves lined up. Slow down. Can't go any slower. I'm at 110 knots. Okay, where are those pappy lights? Come on. There's one. Let's do auto brakes. Auto brakes medium should be alright. We're only in the minibus. Try and get it down as close to the threshold as we can. Given the shortness of the runway. Over the trees.
$100.
Here we go.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Will we stop in time? Yeah, we should be alright. There was a bounce there though, wasn't it? Easy. Do I have any hardware besides the throttle and the yokes? I've got my side stick, got my throttle, I've got my yokes, I've got my rudder pedals underneath, and I've got a Tobii eye tracker attached to the telly down there. So if I turn it on, I can look around. Just using my eyes. Very cool. That was alright. Feet per minute on that one's going to be fairly high though, given that we've got a bounce. Oh no. 200. Let's bring it over so the vertical guys can see it. 274. I was surprised to find out the A380 flies into Glasgow. Does it really? Into Glasgow? I'll be damned. Let's go down to Heathrow, shall we? Nice to do Heathrow. I've done Heathrow in a while. Let's go 27 left. Maybe we should fly the 777 as well in a minute. Can you use the Tobii eye tracker on a free program with a normal webcam? Well, you can use a webcam with some
Terrain
software.
ahead.
I've done a video on that on the
Pull
channel,
up.
in fact. If you look it up, I'll show you how to do it. But you wouldn't use the Tobii eye tracker for that. You'd use the Tobii eye tracker as a Tobii eye tracker, if that makes sense. So Glasgow's longer than Edinburgh, is it? I didn't know that. Did not know that.
2,500.
Alright, Chelsea. What is going on? Why are we drifting all over the place? It's better. Gaming City, the Tobii Eye Tracker is a better product, in my opinion. Now, full disclosure, I got the Tobii Eye Tracker for free because they sent it to me and asked me to put a video up on the channel on it. So, take that for what it's worth. But yeah, I get better results out of the Tobii than I did with the free software and the cheap webcam that I bought off of Amazon. But then it was a cheap webcam that I bought off of Amazon for like £8 to make the video. So yeah, of course it's not going to be as good, you know. But £8 can go quite a long way if you don't have the budget for an eye tracker. So that's kind of why I wanted both videos on the channel, to give you all the choice, really. It's all about choice. It's all a trade-off at the end of the day, whatever you do. Alright, bit of a wind coming at us from the right.
500.
Yeah, aiming for that touchdown zone now. Feels like we're going a bit high, like I always do.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
There we go, we're down. Bit of a decrab required. Can't speak. Bit of a decrab required then. That's what I was trying to say. So that was quite a, not an unmanageable bit of wind, but that was still quite a strong bit of wind. Is there bugs with it? Bugs with what? The free webcam thing or the Tobii? Like neither, really, as far as I'm aware. Don't have any bugs with either. What have I missed on the chat? Edinburgh's longer, just no infrastructure. Oh, okay, fine. Is this the 319? Yeah, it is. Look how small it is. The baby bus. What graphics card do I have? I've got a 4080 Super currently. However, it is a little bit overkill, because most of the time my GPU is like at, let's find out. Keep in mind I'm at 4K, more or less ultra settings, and I'm using frame generation. My GPU is currently at 60% usage on the ground at Innie Builds Heathrow, which is one of the more graphically intense areas in the sim. So I kind of overspent a bit on graphics card, when maybe it would have been more sensible to put more into my CPU. So there's that. I should get the 7800X 3D, Chelsea, you're quite right. At the time I didn't, because I was going from a 5600X, and by putting in a 5800X 3D I could keep my memory and I could keep my RAM. So the upgrade was actually like 289 quid, whatever the CPU cost, versus the 650 it would have cost to do the 7800X 3D. So thinking of getting a Thrustmaster TCA for my day. I guess you mean birthday? Would I recommend it? When you say Thrustmaster TCA, which Thrustmaster TCA bit of kit are you talking about? The stick, the throttles, the yoke? I mean, in a nutshell, yeah, I'd recommend it. Both. What, the yoke and the stick? Or the throttles and the yoke? And the throttles and the stick? I'm confused. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. On the subject of flight hardware, if you're not already, get subbed to the channel. Because we've got some stuff coming up. And I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to share it all with you. But I can't say anything yet. Yeah, Cameron, you might have a good point. You might have a good point. How do I learn how the FMC works without taking a real flying class? I mean, I just followed tutorials, mucked around, looked at stuff. I mean, I'm just self-taught. I'm no expert. I think because I've got a YouTube channel and I do it on stream, people think, oh, this guy must really know what he's doing. Like, I get stuck all the time with the FMC, so yeah. One of those things. Chelsea's going to do a big upgrade when the 5090 comes out. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna get a 9800X3D when that comes out. I mean, it's not even been announced yet, so technically it may never exist, but you know, it's probably going to exist at some point, isn't it? They're going to do an X3D version of the Zen 5 stuff. So that's probably gonna be the chip I would have thought for Flight Sim, because the sim just loves the cache, absolutely loves the cache. I feel like we need to change plane. Let's go in the triple. I haven't gone in the triple in ages. I'm looking forward to the triple again. No, you're right, Chelsea. They have been a bit of a disappointment. The current ones. The current 9000 series, you're better off for gaming and for the sim just to go 7800X3D. 777 into Glasgow, done. Deal, let's do it. But yeah, Chelsea, I agree. Current 9000 series AMD chips are not particularly appealing. If I had a 7800X3D in my system right now, I would be keeping it, put it that way. But it always seems like the new CPUs come out, and then they're just as good as the prior gen X3D chip. Then you need to get the new X3D chip, and then the current next gen will match it for gaming. It kind of feels like that's a bit of a theme, really. But yeah, 9800X3D motherboard, DDR5. If I can do it all inside of 700 quid, I'd be lucky, I suppose. It's a lot of money, though, isn't it, for a hobby? Is it a lot of money, though, for a hobby? I don't know. I mean, like, some people spend crazy amounts of money on their hobby. Like, yeah, like my family, their hobby is like their camper van thing. Like, have you seen the prices of camper vans? So even the rubbish ones cost loads. Yeah, you know, I feel like by comparison, I can't really do a huge amount of damage by buying a graphics card once every couple of years, you know? Okay, let's just spawn anywhere to start with. I haven't flown the headwind in ages, Cameron, so I couldn't really say for that. Oh, Rob, you've missed a hell of a night. You missed us actually crossing 15,000 subs. I was kind of joking when I said that, but actually we did cross 15k tonight, which is pretty awesome. Thanking you. Come on, load. Completely broken. Nothing works. Oh. Don't know. I was only thinking the other day we should revisit planes like the Headwind and the Fly-by-Wire, because I feel like in the face of PMDG and the Phoenix, we've neglected them a little bit on the channel, which I don't feel great about, because they're very, very, very good products that are offered for free to the community, so that they're not only good products, they're important products. Because it allows people to get into it without having to get their wallets out. Oh, I know what's happened here. I've updated the 777 and I haven't flown it, so it's recompiling it, isn't it? What's programmed on my Stream Deck? Mostly it's just to control OBS. So, I don't know, I can change how stuff looks. I can press a button to make a little YouTube short if I do a good landing. If I do a good landing. Oh, come on. That's one thing I'd like to see in Microsoft Flight Sim 24. Faster loading times. There we go. Finally. Such incredible content. Oh no. Right. Let's have a bit of daylight. Now, has FSiPanel figured out that we're in a 777? Don't think it has. Oh, what's the code for Glasgow? EG... I've forgotten it already. EGPF, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go 2-3. Oh, FSiPanel's freaking out. Hang on. Right. See you later, FSiPanel. Let's load it up again. There we go. No, FSI is not free, it's a paid app. Well, worth it, in my opinion. Like, if a new plane comes out, like a study level one, like a Phoenix or a PMDG or an MD-11, it's really handy to help you learn the plane. And just like that, we're in the air.
2,500.
It's a big old bus, this one. Look at the size of it. Bit different to the minibus, isn't it? Sadakias, how you doing? First genuine Twitch chatter of the night. The only one we've had so far has been a bot trying to get me to get the best viewers. So it's nice to see you.
Glide slope.
Why does it feel like we're about to just crash?
Glide slope. Glide slope.
All good, thank you, mate.
Slope.
Right.
Glide slope.
Yes, I know.
Glide slope.
Oh, it's nice to be back in a Boeing.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
There we go. Now the plane is settled down. Oh, it's complaining that my checklist is incomplete. I don't think it knows that we're just doing FSiPanel, therefore we don't really care for the checklist right now. Bing bong, yeah I know. Checklist, checklist, checklist. Be quiet. We're not interested in your checklist tonight.
500.
Interested in me not messing this landing up, which it feels like I'm about to. This definitely feels different to the 7.3 though.
400.
It's kind of got that heaviness, that weight to it.
300.
Oh, down you go.
200. 100.
Oh,
50. 30. 20. 10.
it's hard. That was a hard one. A little bit out of practice in the 777, it would seem. We've paid for the whole runway, so let's use all of it. Right, let's have a look at the landing stats on that, because I don't think they're going to be completely in our favour. Let's have a quick look. Oh, 400 feet. Yeah, otherwise that would have been an absolute banger of a landing. Let's do a long final this time. Are you more of a Boeing or Airbus sort of guy? I like both. I like to fly both. I like to have the hardware in my setup. I've got like the stick over here. I've got the yoke. I like to be able to fly both. I
25.
do really like a Boeing though. Yeah, Adri, you're absolutely right. So my Stream Deck is for the streaming PC only, therefore I'd have to get a second Stream Deck for the PC. Which aircraft? This is the 777, which will hopefully be available for us to fly in just a moment. FSiPanel is just setting it up. There we go. Hold the brakes for 3 seconds to take control. Where's my ILS gone? Oh well, let's do it ourselves, shall we? We are an absolute mile off. Absolute mile off. Let's do a visual then, shall we? We'll see if we can establish that grab. Take control of the throttles ourselves. There we go, 2 reds, 2 whites. We're in business. Yeah, that feels pretty stable actually. Yet now we've got 3 whites. Oh no. I shouldn't have said anything. Right, over to the left.
500. 400. 300.
Gone too high.
200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Well, I don't know. That was quite well rescued, I would say. Especially with the D-crab as well. Which is a little bit harder in a Boeing because you've got to put on the aileron input. Whereas the Airbus does it all for you. Yeah, too high on short final, that's for sure. Let's check out the FSiPanel. Yeah, 200 feet per minute on the centre line. Not bad landing distance. Yeah, quite happy with that. Where else can we go? We need to go to Gatwick, really, don't we? Seeing as it's kind of our flight sim home. It'd be rude not to. Let's go 26 left. Short final. Let's go. How do we join the VA? You can go to New Sky, get yourself an account, and apply to join. You'll need to do 1 flight on the New Sky Academy to get yourself a pilot rating, and as long as you get more than 8, you'll be able to join. I'm tempted to turn the time back to give us more daylight, but actually I might leave it like this. Because I feel like I do struggle when it's darker, so it might not be the worst idea to have a bit of a practice. Where's the lights in this thing? I've forgotten.
Glide slope.
Lights, 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 lights. I'm going to kick myself when I see it.
Glide slope.
Pressurization, aircon,
Glide slope.
engine, fuel,
Glide slope.
dome.
Glide slope.
There it is.
Glide slope.
Yes, I know, glide slope. Just hang on a minute.
Glide slope.
I know.
Glide slope.
Theoretically,
Glide
yeah, it
slope.
probably would be easier to fly in the dark, but at the same time, I personally
Glide
really
slope.
struggle with it. What I struggle
Glide
with is I struggle to see where the actual touchdown markers are.
Glide slope.
And I know people say aim for the pappies, but quite often
Glide
they're not where
slope.
the pappies are. So
Glide slope.
the VA does allow sim rate, yes. However, it will mean that you earn less money from the VA because it will kind of do it pro rata. So the time you save, it will deduct from money earned. If that makes sense. But it's okay if you want to do that. I would do that if I were flying myself. So
1,000.
I wouldn't hold it against you guys for doing the same. This is FSiPanel that we're using with the sim. I feel like I'm on bat sim now. I feel like coming home.
500.
Coming back home to Gatwick. And usually the sim will start stuttering at this point, especially if we're on bat sim. There's a load of people queuing up there at like Alpha 2, Alpha 1, and Alpha Sierra. Ah.
200.
Oh yeah, there it is. Do you feel that? That was not the stream. That was my sim.
100.
Oh, what's going on?
50. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, this feels horrific. Why is it doing that? God, I could barely control the plane then. It almost felt like every second it was like wading through treacle. That's weird. Try that one more time. Currently switching from Xbox to PC. Oh, blimey. Get the fly-by-wire if you haven't already got it. It's a great free plane, as is the Headwind A330. Consider using things like SimToolkit Pro or Volanta, New Sky to do VAs. Oh, it's so much stuff. It's going to open up the whole world to you. If you could you do A320 into EGBP? Yeah, sure, we'll do that after this. Why are they doing that, Audrey? Is that in real life, you mean? Oh. That's unusual, isn't it? Yeah, Nitro, it's like the whole world is going to open up for you now. You're going to feel so like liberated being on PC compared to being within the walls of a console. Nothing wrong with a console. Consoles have definitely got their place, but I don't think flight sim is like serious flight sim. You know, if you just want to muck around on a controller and land an Airbus real quick and then turn it off just for a laugh, then sure, play it on a console. But if you want to do more than that, I think you really need to be on a PC. Right, well hopefully it won't start being weird this time, and then we will head up to wherever that place was, EGBP. Right, let's take over. Gone a little bit on the low side. We'll just recover it without then going on the high side. Deary me. I'm making a bit of a mess of this quietly. I feel like I'm all over the place.
500. 400.
Okay, let's get over to the left and then re-establish a bit of a crab. Yes, I know the checklist's incomplete. I've gone high again. Gah!
300. 200.
Right. I'm going to chalk this one up as a bit of a mess, and we're going to move on.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Well, maybe that wasn't so bad towards the end. Right, let's see the damage on that. Yeah, so we deviated from the centre line just a bit. 289 feet per minute. Alright, pretty good. All things considered. Okay, where are we going now? We need to close FSiPanel, close out and get into the A320. And I think we'll probably wrap this one up after that. Alright, let's jump into the Phoenix standard A320, shall we? I'm going the wrong way. IAEs, air not livery. Where am I going? I've forgotten already. EGBP. Kemble. Right, let's have a look. I love that plane. Looks like it's smiling. Is FSiPanel worth it? Yeah, totally is. Oh, here we go. Right, let's activate the plane. Give it a minute. Let's fire up FSI. Two six, short final. Okay, levers into climb. They got 747 in there. Wow, okay. No excuses then.
$2,500.
As a small content creator, what would you say is the best method for getting more views and subscribers for your content? You're not going to like it, but make better content. Alright, my plane. Seems to put us in a bit of a weird position to start with. Yeah, it is Microsoft Flight Sim.
$1,000.
Yeah, we're a little bit on the low side. Okay, 2 whites.
$500.
Where are the other Pappy lights? Why are there only 2?
$400. $300.
That's weird. Is that like a default scenery thing, maybe? Yeah, 'cause it feels like we're high.
$200.
Still plenty of room.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Bath. Adri, what's the deal in real life? Is there... I'm guessing there's a full set of Pappies. Is that just a scenery bug? Let's see the stats. 151 feet per minute on the centre line. Landing distance good. Bank at touchdown perfect. Yeah. Threshold crossing height 71 feet. That was the only fault. But then we did go a bit high. Only 2 Pappies in real life? Oh. Oh, okay. So when I had 1 red, 1 white, I was actually okay. Huh. Okay, fine. Let's do it one more time. And it's an RMP approach. I've never done an RMP in this thing. I always end up doing ILSs. So if I were to go... Crossbrise Norton, no way. It's brought us in to the left again. So on an RMP on an Airbus, you basically follow the green dot, is that right? Sort this positioning out. Normally in the bus I find auto brake medium paired with reverse thrust is generally enough. Boeing I would normally go 3, unless I was in a place like Heathrow or Gatwick, you know. So how come I don't have any ILS markers then? I've got this little green dot, which does seem to be correct in where it's taking me. Because it just uses the plane's GPS, doesn't it, versus the ILS signal from the base of the runway.
$500.
But this feels way more controlled.
400. 300.
'Too high.
200.
Although the picture looks good.
100. 50. 40. 30. Retard. 10. 5.
Beautiful. Didn't feel quite as smooth as the last one. There we go. Let's have a look at the landing report. On the centre line, 197 feet per minute. Threshold crossing height, 46 feet. Bank at... yeah, okay, that was a good landing. Happy with that. That was great. That was great. Let's make a short of that. Oh, Chelsea, you're back. Rob says, is the chat on the vertical stream the same as the main stream? No, and it really annoys me, so I've got to have 2 separate chats. 2 separate streams. I'd much rather they did it like TikTok. So TikTok has 1 chat, and if you've got your phone in vertical mode, you get the vertical video feed, and if you turn it landscape, it switches over to the horizontal stream. So it auto switches you, which is really nice. Yeah, too bad YouTube don't do it. It feels like that's like a fairly obvious thing for them to do next, because if they're gonna do this whole multi-stream vertical horizontal thing, they'd be mad not to. They'd be mad not to. Okay, folks, I'm going to call it a night. I think it's 10 o'clock. We've been live now for almost 2.5 hours. Thank you so much. What's the sub count? What is the sub count? Whoa, we got another 52 subs while we've been live. That's crazy. 15,052 subs. Thank you all so much for the support, for getting us over the 15k line tonight. That was really cool. It's still something I'm struggling to wrap my head around. But then I said that when I got to 1,000, and I said that when we got to 500 and 2,500 and 5,000. It's always felt weird. Like the more people come along, my ability to comprehend it gets lower. But I'm so grateful to you all. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for the donations tonight and the memberships. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next stream, which is most likely going to be Thursday evening, if all goes well. But yeah, thank you all again for the subs and the support and everything. It really does mean the world. Until next time, guys, take it easy, look after yourselves, be good to each other, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.